Growing up in Gotham City can be complicated, especially when you're a kid who's obsessed with Batman and Robin. After he deduced the identities of Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson, a self-made hero in every sense of the word, Tim took on the role as Robin after attempting to convince Dick Grayson to become Batman's sidekick again following the death of Jason Todd. In Tim's mind, Batman needed a Robin to stay true to himself and his mission. Although Tim didn't intend to take up the mantle for himself, he was more than happy to do what needed to be done. What's going on, guys? Multiverse here with yet another action figure review video, and today we're having a look at the Superior Robin Reborn by McFarlane Toys. Starting off this video, guys, we're of course taking a look at the McFarlane packaging, and it is of course that traditional black, white, and blue with the open face window, seeing a Superior Tim Drake Robin front and center. Down here at the bottom it says DC Multiverse and Robin Tim Drake. Flipping over to this side it says Robin Tim Drake from the story Robin Reborn. Flipping over on the back, guys, is an awesome comic image with Robin looking ever so menacingly with my big man back here, the blue caped Crusader. Flipping over to this side, guys, not really much going on other than DC Multiverse and Robin Tim Drake again. Nothing going on at the top. And then, of course, at the bottom is the barcode for you barcode guys at $19.99 at my local GameStop. Well, that said, though, guys, let's go ahead and rip Robin out of his packaging and see how he looks. So right here, guys, is what I have started to call the Superior Robin. If you would have had made this one the gold label, I would have had no questions about it, as opposed to the other one we just had a look at. This one right here is a better Robin. He's better, he's faster, he's stronger than before. He is one of my all-time favorite Robins. With all that said, though, guys, let's go ahead and take him off of the rotating turntable and take a closer look at the accessories that he came with. When it comes to the accessories, guys, this Robin does come with the exact same ones as the gold label Robin, so we're not going to waste too much time on it. He does, of course, come with the DC McFarlane stand with DC stamped right there. He does, of course, come with his own trading card, which I absolutely love. This image says Robin in big yellow letters up top, letting you know who you're looking at. Flipping over here to the back is the read-up if you want to pause the screen and read it right now. Always give you guys that little bit of a second. He does, of course, come with the same Batarang that we have seen time and time again. I'm pretty sure this makes number 5 that we've seen this one with. And he does, of course, come with a different bow staff, although it still is warped. It's flimsy. It's got some paint scuffs, but it does look good. You can tell that it contracts down. I would have loved a little bit more detail inside the grooves here that actually tell you it contracts down and comes into that little tiny thing he can just carry around with him, and especially like an R logo right here would have been awesome. With all that said, guys, let's go ahead and move away from the accessories and zoom in to the figure himself. When it comes to the detail, guys, this Robin does look amazing. However, he does have some paint mistakes around his mask and other places of this figure, and we'll take small looks at them as well. Can't give this guy too much of an edge, although just alone the figure is just 10 times better as what we saw earlier. So what you see right here, guys, is of course he does come with a facial expression. You see him gritting his teeth in there, although his lips are kind of smudged. It looks like he misplaced putting on his lipstick, especially over here off to the corner. They didn't even connect it over here. Like I said, he does have paint mistakes. Notably, this one right here underneath his eye, and underneath here, the mask looks to be like it's been a little rushed painted down here on the edges of his domino mask. And he even has a little paint mistake up here at the top of his brow as well. Now, I love that they gave him a facial expression. However, I would have loved a more furrowed brow at the top, just to show that this Robin means business, that he is more serious compared to the look that we saw before, where it was just a blank expression. Although I do like this mask better, and I feel like it should have went on this Robin here. Let's go ahead and move that ugly guy out of here. Going down here now, guys, looking at his torso. The torso is exactly the same as we saw with the previous Robin, except this is just the base mold. No customizations from me. this time. I do love this body mold though. I do love it on the original as well. It does look amazing with the separation of the armor plating and even the little shoulder pads he's got going on here. And as you can see, inside the suit has texture on the shoulder pads. I don't recall if it's on this one over here. We can actually kind of bring it in and take a look. Yeah, it's on that one as well. I must have missed that. Although they did not give that same amount of lugs down here to the legs. I mean, he's got a little bit going on, but when you get to like the inner pieces, it's not really there. At least I'm not really seeing it there. I mean, I could just be blind, but who knows? There's a little something going on there now that I'm looking at it really close into the camera. I do hate this belt. This is one of the things I mentioned on the last one that I love the pouches we get for utility belts, but this one is just the flat belt across. It's like, where are your gadgets going? I'm sure they don't just disappear because, you know, in the comics, they just put them behind them and it disappears, much like a GTA character. Going down here now, guys, looking at the boots. It is the same boots that we saw before with the black straps and shin guards on the front. Take them off of his base. He does, of course, have that little toe pouch going on here. And flipping over here to the back, guys, he comes with a different cape. This one is just a flat cape. I would have loved a big baggy cape on him. You know, something like we saw with his little comic image here. How he's able to drape it over his back and in front of his face. However, this is still a superior cape to me. I always thought the cape on this one with the cut marks was ugly, being that they're uneven and that they're just kind of like already flowing. He takes up quite a bit of space on the shelf when this guy doesn't really take that much off because his cape is flat, it goes straight down, and he does still get the same amount of love of wrinkles going throughout the cape. So this one right here is just a superior cape to me. I also love the little neck shoulder pieces that he's got going up. How this one kind of goes up the neck and this one over here does not. I probably should have done these Robins together at the same time. Being I had them at the same time, I could have gotten away with just doing a side-by-side comparison with the Robins. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at Robin's size, his articulation, and jump into some size comparison. When it comes to how tall this Robin stands, guys, this Robin does stand at to the top of the hair exactly 7 inches tall. And this one, I am okay with him being 7 inches tall, being that this is his suit he gets later on. So he's been Robin for a few years and he has grown up. With the other one, I feel like he still should have been shorter. Let's go ahead and take him off of his base and move him closer to the camera here and look at his articulation. When it comes to his head articulation, his head looks up all the way about that far and looks down about that far. He does, of course, get some beautiful head tilt in there, and his head does rotate all the way around thanks to that ball joint on the inside. His arm articulation, his arm goes out about, oh, I ripped it off the peg. Give me 1 second. And we're back. His arm goes out about that far, and it does, of course, oh, it's just really stiff on me. So make sure you soak him in hot water if you're planning on doing a review. His arm does rotate all the way around, and he does, of course, come with bicep swivel as well. Double hinged elbows, and we get some green paint inside the elbows. A little bit more of a paint mess up I missed. He also has some over here on his forearm there. When it comes to his wrists do rotate all the way around and hinge up and down as well. See if we can get this to go back. There we are. When it comes to his ab articulation, there is nothing going forward, but he is a limbo master in his spare time. This one does have waist swivel as well, so we actually get some mobility for this Robin, unlike the last one. His legs go forward about that far and go back about that far with the infamous McFarlane crotch gap. He even gets a Robin split, and he does, of course, have double hinged knees, and his ankles do articulate down. They articulate up. He has toe articulation and that beautiful ankle pivot. Starting off the size comparison, guys, here we have the superior Robin standing next to the year 1 custom Robin. And as you can see, the size comparison does work for these two. And with him being slightly taller, you even have a before and after when he's a little bit older. Next up, guys, here we have the superior Robin standing next to one of my favorites, like we saw in the last video, his Red Robin future adaptation. Being that there are different storylines for him, you know, I can forgive the height difference here. However, I just feel like this Red Robin should have been taller for the rest of the Robin figures. And last but not least, guys, here we have Robin standing next to Marvel Legends 6-inch Captain Marvel. And as you can see, the size between these two does not work. Alrighty guys, and there you have it, another action figure review video in the books on my channel for you guys to enjoy. When it comes to my review on the Tim Drake Robin, I'm going to have to give this one a solid 7 out of 10. I absolutely love this figure. He's just very pleasing to look at. He hits all the points except for that ab crunch. I cannot forgive the ab crunch. Now, like I said, I really would have loved this one to be the gold label because it is just superior in every way except for the paint smudges and then, of course, that flat, bland looking utility belt. Everything else, though, the iconic green and red suit and the beautiful cape that we have going on where he even has like the little net cod piece going up. He just looks absolutely amazing. With all that said though guys, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. We try to do at least 2 videos a week for you guys to enjoy. With all that said though guys, I'm getting out of here and I will see you in the next video.